Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we'll be discussing 5 things to know before you sign up for Consumer Cellular. So as many of you all already know, I am a Consumer Cellular customer and quite a few things have changed since I became a customer. So I feel like you should know a couple things before you either sign up to be a Consumer Cellular customer or some things that you should probably kind of realize have changed if you are a Consumer Cellular customer and you haven't really realized it yet. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So the first thing that you need to know before you become a Consumer Cellular customer is that there is a $5 auto pay opt-out charge. So on Consumer Cellular's website, it states that you will actually get a $5 monthly credit to participate in auto pay and e-billing. However, what it does not state before you become a customer, and something that you might not even realize until you become a customer and your first bill comes, or even your second bill comes, is that if you decide not to opt into the e-bill auto pay feature, then you will be assessed a $5 e-bill auto pay opt-out fee. So, for instance, if your bill is $25 a month and you say, I do not mind you all automatically taking the money out of my account, then they will actually take $5 off of your bill. So instead of your bill being $25, it will actually be $20 without taxes and fees included. Now, of course, you would have to include taxes and fees, but we're just using the $25 as a whole number for this example. Now, if your bill is $25 a month and you have an issue with auto pay and companies having automatic access to your accounts, and you opt not for them to draft the bill fees automatically out of your account, then they will actually assess a $5 fee. So instead of paying $25 before taxes and fees, it will actually be $30 a month. And this is something that I actually realized around January of this year. Back in December, as you all can see on the screen, that particular bill did not include any monthly charges for an e-bill auto pay opt-out fee. However, at the beginning of this year, I noticed that there was a $5 opt-out fee. So it seems as though Consumer Cellular is somewhat penalizing their customers who decide not to give them automatic access to their accounts so that they can automatically draft the bill each month. And as a result, they're making those particular customers pay an additional $5, which to me is not fair, because with so many companies having data breach issues lately, it's really not worth it to give companies automatic access to your accounts. The second thing that you need to know before you sign up for Consumer Cellular is that additional fee lines have increased. So Consumer Cellular really prides itself on having really low additional fee line features. So in the past, they have pride themselves on saying that if you need an additional line added to your bill or to your account, it will only be about $15 a month. However, that is no longer true. As of January of this year, it's now $20 to have an additional line on your account. So if you are a Consumer Cellular customer and you have been one for a number of years now, you might want to check your monthly charges to see, have your monthly charges gone up if you have an additional line on your account. The third thing that you need to know is that there are varying government taxes and fees each month, and these particular taxes and fees can vary by month. So as you can see on my bill, I pay around $5 and I have paid upward of $7 for government taxes and fees, which is pretty much normal for any cellular company that you will be a part of. But I did want to let you all know that I have seen the government taxes and fees range between about $5 a month and upward of $7 a month on my phone bill. The fourth thing that you need to know is that plans can change without notice. And I really noticed this about the end of last year, earlier this year, when I was reviewing my phone bill and we were on one plan, and I noticed that the charges had somehow went up some. And then when I went back to the actual website and I looked at the plans, I saw that the plan I was on, it was no longer in existence, and they had a whole new rollout of plans. And from my knowledge, I hadn't received any type of correspondence about them upgrading or changing their plans. And I feel as though they should have grandfathered those who were on specific plans in until they changed, but they went ahead and just bumped us up to the one that was closest to the one that we were on, which happened to be one that was the more expensive one. The fifth thing that you need to know is that with Consumer Cellular, they will adjust your plans automatically. And with them adjusting your plans automatically, it's done so that, let's say you go over your gigabytes or your data for the month, instead of charging you those really high prices for going over on your data, they will just bump you up to the next data plan. And a lot of times that's good because it gives you a lot of wiggle room and it avoids you having to pay really high fees that you might see with other mobile cellular companies, which I think is a positive. However, on the flip side is if you do not go back in the next month or the next billing cycle and change your plan back to the one that you had before they bumped you up because you went over on your data, they will keep you at that plan and you will continue to pay that plan's price for how many ever months until you say, okay, I need to drop back down. Now, when you decide that you need to drop back down, or you say, hey, for instance, for me right now, it's the summertime, I'm at home more, and I don't need that much data, so I can actually drop back down. And so if you ever have any time where, you might be at home more or might be dependent on Wi-Fi more and you don't need that much data, and if you try to drop back down, their analytics will actually show you which ones you would be able to qualify for. And before all of these changes with Consumer Cellular, you would be able to pick which data plan you wanted. But with these new changes, you're not necessarily able to pick which data package fits your needs anymore. So what you see on the screen is that I have two grayed out boxes. And it says that due to my current usage, certain data plans are unavailable. So the only available plans are the ones that you see that I have in white. And I feel as though since they do pride themselves on saying you can pick and choose between the data package that works best for you, I feel as though those two should not be grayed out. So these are some of the things that you should definitely consider before you become a Consumer Cellular customer. Or if you are a Consumer Cellular customer, these are some things that you might want to consider as you start to go back through your invoices and your billing. Now, do I still think that Consumer Cellular is worth it? I think that Consumer Cellular, when compared to many of the bigger companies, Consumer Cellular has really great options. They do have easy pay still. They do have a lot of comparable phones that work not only on Consumer Cellular's network, but a lot of other networks as well. So I do think it's worth it, but I do think that with a lot of changes happening within the company, you need to be aware of what's happening on your invoice, because some of these things are not necessarily customer driven. From my personal point of view, they're driven to help the company boost revenue, but you just want to consider that as a customer and if Consumer Cellular still works within your budget. So make sure you go ahead and you like, you share, and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. And until the next video, I'll see you all later. Peace.